10 facts about overthinkers. When they are sorry, they are really sorry and hope you accept the apology. They can't sleep at night if they make the wrong choice. Doesn't matter the choice. Every choice is important to them. They're not insecure control freaks. They just think a lot. They can't let anything go, because if they understand it better, they can change the outcome. They have high expectations. They are very hard on themselves and expect a lot from others. They are indecisive, but once they decide, you can't change their mind. It's really difficult for them to live in the moment. They always worry about what's going to happen next. They always try to be on time and prepared, and usually have more than one alarm set. Overthinking doesn't make them crazy. They just think more than the average person. They know relationships can be challenging, as they put added meaning behind everything said to them. But once they love you, they will always love you.
5 signs you're unhappy. 1. You spend most of your free time scrolling on social media. 2. You spend the rest of your free time watching series. 3. Your sweet tooth has control and you can't help but eat them sugary treats. 4. You're having issues sleeping at night. And 5. You're getting irritated a bit faster than before.
There's no such thing as a dumb question, ever. Anytime you're trying to learn something, that's a good thing. Anyone ever tells you that it's a dumb question, you tell them to shut the fuck up.
I say this with love because I have realized some truths. I am not intimidating, you're intimidated. There's a difference. I don't take up too much space, you're just used to people playing small. My inner light is not too bright, you're just used to dimming your own. I am not mean nor aggressive, I am honest and assertive, and that makes you uncomfortable. And I do not make you uncomfortable. My presence challenges your comfort. All of that is yours. I will not be less for you to feel better about yourself. Own your stuff.
These broken men don't need a girlfriend or a wife to hold them down. They need father figures, rehab, Alcoholic Anonymous, and a therapist. Ladies, loyalty does not mean taking unlimited pain from broken men. Women are not obligated, fellas, to fix men. In fact, they're only going to be our encourager and our supporter. But see, broken men want her to be their provider, doctor, and therapist. She's not here to raise you and date you and try to heal you at the same time. Ladies, send that grown boy back home to his mama, or let God make a man out of him before you try to make a husband out of him.
The real reason why the GOP is trying to censor public education, they are terrified of Generation Z.
School had to watch out today because of the Don't Say Gay bill in XL, and this is how it went.
Last year, states introduced over 130 bills to prevent students from learning about sexuality, gender identity, and the systemic racism in our nation's history. Red states are throwing the kitchen sink at educators, hotlines, cameras in classrooms, and recently book bans. Why? Because the biggest threat facing the Republican Party is a multiracial democracy of people unafraid to speak truth to power. That's Generation Z. By 2028, millennials and Gen Zs will dominate U.S. elections. They'll have the power to wipe out the old guard and usher in a wave of progressive policies. Most Gen Zers are progressive and pro-government, and they see the country's growing racial and ethnic diversity as a good thing, and only a fraction of them have reached voting age, which is why the GOP is trying to suppress K-12 education now. That's what's really at stake here. It's up to all of us to ensure that the next generations learn the full truth about our nation's past and build a multiracial coalition powerful enough to enact transformative change.
Okay, my friends and I have 2 rules that we keep for each other. That way we can take good care of each other and not burn each other out. Number 1, we ask each other if we have space before we dump our stuff on each other. So like, for example, oh my God, I'm so frustrated. Do you have space for me to rage right now? Man, I had some past trauma come up today that I really want to process with someone. Do you have space to do that with me right now? Do you have space for me to process an idea out loud real quick? You get the idea. Because too often what we do is we just bust in through the door to see a friend, to see our partner, and we just like start spewing on what happened during our day, what bothered us, what we're working through, all of it. And yeah, our partner or friend could communicate a boundary to us in that moment. But do you know how hard it is to tell someone you love, please stop talking, I actually don't have space for that right now? Let's not do that to each other. Instead, let's ask each other if we have space.
They say when a clown moves into a palace, he doesn't become king. The palace becomes a circus. Be careful who you invite into your home and who you give easy access to. No matter how in control you are, it only ever takes one clown to destroy everything you've built.